Welp, at least we won a series.
Baseball is out of here.
Hello folks, today I'll be talking about the Phillies' last two series with the Nationals and the Blue Jays. So what I'm going to do in this video is break it down by going through game by game of what happened with the Phillies of winning or losing and what they need to improve upon going to their next series against the Miami Marlins. So to start things off, I'm going to go through the first game, in which that was the National Series. In game one of that series, the Phillies won 6-2. Chase Anderson was the pitcher of that game, and he pitched 5 innings, allowed 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits. So he was solid for the Phillies, I would say, in helping them. Another good thing about that game was the bullpen did a great job of going 4 innings, allowing 4 hits, and had 3 strikeouts. So that was pretty phenomenal. And then my favorite thing about that game was Rhys Hoskins hitting a solo shot to help the Phillies take game 1. That was an amazing home run by Rhys Hoskins. So Phillies won game 1. Moving on to game 2, the Phillies won 5-2 with Zach Wheeler pitching 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. So he had a good game of allowing limited runs and had good strikeouts. He needs to work on limiting his hits allowed. So if he can limit that a little bit, that would be helpful for the Phillies and for him. Another good thing about that Phillies game was Odubel Herrera and Rhys Hoskins being very clutch for the Phillies in that game, with Odubel Herrera hitting a home run in the 9th inning to prevent us from losing in the game because we were about to lose in that game. But Herrera came through and helped us stay alive in that inning to send it to extra innings for the Phillies and Nationals game, in which that helped the Phillies a lot by Rhys Hoskins stepping up to the plate and hitting a single to send McCutchen home. Then Maytone hits a single, then Harper scores, then Andrew Knapp hits a single, then Maytone scores. That's 3 runs in that inning, and it helped us win the ball game, with the bullpen doing a solid job for us by going 4 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits, and 0 runs. That is a great thing that this bullpen did in that game, because they are inconsistent, and if they be consistent, we will do a great job with our bullpen and help get more winning games with that. So the Phillies take game 2 looking for a sweep against the Nationals in game 3, but in game 3, they lost 5-1 against the Nationals. Zach Eflin pitched that game, but he was rough after the first inning. After that first inning of giving up those runs, he threw 9 strikeouts. But the thing about this game was the offense didn't show up. But the offense has got to wake up, though, because you cannot afford a pitcher being solid after those first runs, or 5-1, where you got to wake up offense. You got to be productive, and 1 run is not going to do it for you. It may do it once in a while, but it's not going to do it for you every time, and you got to score more runs. Another thing about this was we won the series against the Nationals, so that's a good thing. Despite losing game 3, we won the series against the Nationals, which is pretty good against our divisional opponent, so that would be a key factor into this pennant race of winning our division or making the playoffs for us. So this helped us a lot of going 2 games to 1. I think we could have swept the Nationals, but I'll take it of beating them 2 games out of 3. Then moving on to the next series, the Phillies took on the Toronto Blue Jays. In the first game, the Phillies won 5-1. Oh, the offense listened to me and woke up. Vince Velasquez was the pitcher. He went 5.2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, threw 7 strikeouts. So since he's been getting that starting rotation, he's been in there. He's been solid for us. So that's pretty good. I like about him. Another key player I saw in the game was Rhys Hoskins hitting the game-winning runs for us by hitting a double with the bases loaded to clear the bases and send the Phillies home with that win of getting all the bases cleared, of Harper scoring, other guys scoring when the bases loaded, and Hoskins comes up clutch for us. So that's pretty good for us. And finally, the bullpen, they did a good job for us by going 3.1 innings, allowing 1 hit, 0 runs, and 4 strikeouts. That is solid from the bullpen. If they can keep doing it, we're good. Taking game 1 of that series. On game 2, the Phillies lost 4-0. Aaron Nola's pitching in that game, he looked all right, I would say. He didn't look his best. He went 6.2 innings, allowed 9 hits and 3 runs. He was alright, I would just say, because he went through his innings, gave up 3 runs, even though I know that's not that good. I know giving up 3 runs is not that good, but when the offense, who usually is pretty good for the Phillies, can get more than 3 runs, that's fine by Nola. But they didn't in this game. But they gotta do it, because the Phillies have to score at least 3 or 4 runs per game if they want to win more games. But another key thing about that offense was Hoskins was the best player of that game for the offense, going 2 for 2, a single and a double, and he got on base every time I saw him at bat. And then another thing I saw was Matt Moore coming in to pitch for 1.1 innings for the bullpen. He allowed 1 run and had 1 strikeout. So the Phillies lose that game, so the series is tied 1-1 now. On to the series finale, in which the Phillies lost that game 10-8. I mean, at least the offense woke up, but the pitching was horrible, I would say. Chase Anderson was terrible. He's, as I said, he's a wild card pitcher where he has his good days and has his bad days, in which he'll have his good moments, but in that game, he had his worst moments. The good thing out of that game, I would say, is the offense woke up with Nick Maytone being a phenomenal player. Went 3 for 4, had 2 home runs in that game, had 4 RBIs, scored twice, and is batting a .316 batting average. That is pretty good, and that is what I'd like to see out of Nick Maytone, because I think he's going to be a solid guy for us and a solid defender for us. I think this guy will do phenomenal for Phillies and be the Phillies Rookie of the Year candidate, if I had to say for myself so far. Another thing about the game was Herrera went 2 for 4, scored once, had 1 RBI, and Brad Miller went 2 for 5, scored twice, and had 1 RBI. So the offense started clicking. They finally clicked, but they didn't click really in the other games besides game 1 of the Toronto Blue Jays series. They finally clicked, but the pitching wasn't there for them, in which they listened to what I said, but the pitching didn't listen. They didn't listen. So the Phillies lost the series 2-1. So far, the Phillies have won their series against the Nationals, but lost it against the Toronto Blue Jays. So now we move on to the Miami Marlins, and this game will be at home, which the Phillies are better at home than on the road. So this should help the Phillies a lot. And the Marlins aren't a good team because they're 18-22 right now. They are not that good. And I know this team can beat them. I know the Phillies can beat them, especially with our pitchers going to have a good night, and this offense has got to get it going. So I expect the Phillies to win at least 2 games or 3. I think they can sweep them here. I know they can get 2 wins out of this series. They can at least get 2. They've got to dominate this series if they want to make the playoffs and win the division, because the division right now is up for grabs. I said before in my previous video, it is up for grabs, and the Phillies are very close to having first place. They're only behind the Mets. And if you look down below, Braves are behind the Phillies. Nationals and Marlins are behind the Phillies. The Mets are in the Phillies' way, and the Phillies have got to beat the Mets out if they want to win that division or make the playoffs. But in game 1, I see for the Phillies, they win that. Game 2, I see them winning that. Game 3, that's an I can see because of Vince Velasquez. Even though he's been solid, he might not have it for game, but I think Vince will have a solid, but I don't think they'll have it on of game 3 of the finale. But for game 1, Zach Wheeler will take them out for the Phillies. Then night 2, Zach Eflin will. And as I said before, Vince Velasquez will take game 3 for the Phillies. But some things they got to do is get the offense clicking and going on fire and do a better job of that. And starting pitching, go 6 innings. Each pitcher's got to go 6 innings. And I like the bullpen to be solid for us. If the bullpen can be solid, offense as well, starting pitching does also well, we're going to win all 3 games, or at least 2. But still, all of them happen, we win the series. But let's hope the Phillies win this series. Please just let them win this series. But that is it for my video. Please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Please, if you like this video and want more content of my channel, please hit that subscribe button in the video below or the comments. It will be in there too, maybe. But yeah, go Phillies. Let's just hope they win the series.
Baseball is